New media was born out of decades-long developments in the way people communicate, learn, and survive. These actions that are often mediated are shaped by the medium that they transpire in, which, nowadays, is the new media. This includes people's behaviors as well as their interactions. The following lists the effects of the new media on these behaviors and interactions, as well as true-to-life examples wherein they take place. Number 1. Major transformation. There is a major transformation in the new media from Web 1.0 to Web 2.0. In Web 1.0, it is only a read-write interaction where few content creators are allowed to share their works in the internet. A reader is only allowed to click and read, and the web designs are static. In the Web 2.0, it is participatory, where users are now allowed to interact with the content creator through comments, suggestions, and reactions. This is how social media works now. According to Wittycookie, Web 1.0 is simply an information portal where users passively receive information without being given the opportunity to post reviews, comments, and feedback. Web 2.0 encourages participation, collaboration, and information sharing. Example: back then, users were only allowed to read the contents on the internet. Nowadays, a lot of YouTube vloggers are now interacting with their supporters through Twitter, Facebook, or through their YouTube video comments. They ask their supporters for video ideas and thoughts about their video. Number 2. Collaboration. As the new media emerges, collaboration is where users can edit one's content. Consumers are now encouraged to create and share their own content. This allows the consumer to not just give feedback, but also edit and contribute to the content. User-generated content, or UGC, has also been a key driver for not only brand conversations, but consumer insights as well. Consumers today are able to access word-of-mouth recommendations and reviews and easily become digital producers. Example: in Wikipedia, users are now allowed to edit a content if they have the link of the sources. Anyone is allowed to add or edit words, references, images, and other media there. Number 3. Synchronous interaction. The internet allows us to communicate even with different time zones. Synchronous interaction is where we see a person online in a certain social media platform and we are able to talk to them regardless of the place and time zone. Synchronous interaction is not appropriate for every situation, but it is the only solution when live interaction is essential. Example: in our online class, synchronous interaction is involved where we communicate with our professors and classmates in real time. Number 4. Moral panics. Moral panics refer to when there is rising skepticism or adversity that comes with new developments in technology. There are two extremes to this perspective. One would be technological dystopianism. According to this, technology destroys or hinders most of the meaningful dynamics that people have with each other. The second would be technological utopianism, or believing that technology can make the world smarter and better. It is recommended to find balance between the two beliefs so that you can have a positive experience with the new media while keeping wary of the possible negative consequences of it. Example: when the telephone was newly invented, the technological shift caused many people to fear it, thinking that it could be used to communicate with the dead. Number 5. Emboldened behavior. Emboldened behavior, literally speaking, means being confident enough to behave in a particular way. In the case of new media, this is brought upon by what is known as the online disinhibition effect, wherein anonymity provides a huge cover for people to hide behind online, allowing those with ill intent to do as they please, like cyberbullying and harassment, without worrying about being caught. Another contributor would be online escalation, wherein people respond according to their initial emotions, escalating their perspective and making them feel entitled to their personal opinion. Example: in the social networking site Curious Cat, users often get subjected to hateful and sometimes even threatening comments sent by anonymous users despite the site's zero-tolerance policy for bullying. Number 6. Lock-in. Engagement in new media can sometimes be taken to the extremes. When users thoroughly engage in new media to the point of treating it as an extension of their lifestyle, this may cultivate what is called the fear of missing out. It ensnares users to always stay up to date on the internet, inhibiting their interactions with others as well as their functionality. Example: certain fans of Korean boy groups have the desire to always know what their idols are up to, pushing them to always check social media and unhealthily monitor every single update in order to not miss out, even at the risk of losing sleep or skipping meals.
Number 7. Polyfocality. Polyfocality or multitasking is a term that describes the ability to perform more than one task at the same time. In the context of digital media, this may involve engaging different apps that require constant shifting of attention. Because even though some people may actually learn to focus through multitasking, others may become rather distracted since they are often not able to deal with all those tasks at the same time. Hence, whether multitasking rather improves or distracts your focus, it also depends on your personality type. According to research, media multitasking has been shown negatively affect, especially in the case of students, the quality of learning with speed, accuracy, and depth all reduce in quality. However, media multitasking can also save your time as well as sharpen your senses. Example: when students are doing their asynchronous activities, they can answer it at the same time. They can also read articles or handouts, and some people even do it while playing music on the other tabs of their laptops or phones. Number 8. Pages to screens. The shift from printed media to digitized ones have been shown to affect the way people read and write. Screens are good for skimming when you need to scan text, search or sift through information, and find the content quickly. But books are better than screens for deep reading that requires focusing, recalling, and reflecting upon what you learn. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, there was already a growing trend in education to incorporate digital technologies in the curriculum. However, the pandemic accelerated this trend, making laptops, tablet computers, and smart devices the norm in education, both in classroom settings and for distance learning. As a result, there has been significant rise in screen time among students. Now, teachers and students are using modules and handouts that are in PDF files instead of books and paperworks. Example: since COVID-19 pandemic started, many of senior citizens are not allowed to go out because they are the ones who are vulnerable to the virus. So instead of going out to buy newspapers, they now use the internet to browse news websites such as the ones for Philippine Daily Inquirer. Number 9. Streets to screens. New media has caused a shift in the way people interact physically or carry about their daily lives. This is seen in the way social media and virtual meetings domestically and across the globe have become the new normal as people strive to keep normality in their lives amid pandemic restrictions. There has also been a dramatic shift from in-person to online shopping. Consumers are relying on the digital world more than ever, and businesses are forced to adapt their strategies and shift toward digital transformation with much more urgency than before. Entrepreneurs have embraced the digital phenomenon for online shopping even more, and e-commerce websites such as Lazada and Shopee are the forefront of these online shopping platforms. Technology has already transformed online business transactions into an infinite marketplace where conducting business has become more convenient and efficient for both vendors and customers. The COVID-19 pandemic has made the marketplace a much more obvious necessity. Example: the president just announced that Metro Manila will be having a lockdown for 2 weeks. So, in preparation, you're planning to buy groceries but you're afraid to go outside. Instead of going out, you start to browse on your online shopping applications to find some goods and medicines to take to boost your health.
Marshall McLuhan once said that All media are extensions of some human faculty, psychic or physical. The extension of any one sense alters the way we think and act, the way we perceive the world. Hence, as the years go by, more developments are sure to be made in the field of new media. Even now, there are already hints towards an even more technologically anchored future, especially in the field of artificial intelligence. However, nothing yet is set in stone. What is certain, though, is that as these technologies continue to advance, so will the new media, and by extension, people. People who are sure to adapt to whatever change that they discover next, no matter how impossible it may seem.